तो आप अपना सेल्स कैसे करते हो? लाइक इज इट थ्रू कम्युनिटी? हाउ डू यू रीच आउट टू द स्टूडेंट्स दैट आर गोइंग अब्रॉड? हाउ डू यू मार्केट योरसेल्फ?
10 lakh young Indians left to pursue their education abroad.
So for us, like, students may now, what we have discovered or, figured out over the years, ki student is a very interesting audience where the network effects are very inbuilt. Because students as a community, agar aap compare karte ho with any other, segment or audience group out there, students are perhaps the most connected to each other. Like, even in today's world, now more in today's world with, all of these social media platforms, they are part of some group, right? If I talk about education to be specific, there are students who are, let's say, part of the same batch. I think, you and I would be part of some, Facebook group that was formed during college of, a particular batch, right? And probably we are in touch with, let's say, friends who are from the same hostel or friends who are from the same department. So student ke sath bahut interesting cheez kya hai na ki they are part of a very strong network. And if, let's say, you are solving one, problem for a particular student, that spreads like wildfire. If that student circulates or, maybe tells their friends, if they post on their group, so you'll get 10 more students. So that's a very interesting thing. And that's how, the initial growth happened at Amber. We didn't do any paid marketing as such because all of these, students that we are marketing to were like in groups. And, it was just about tapping these groups. And if you're able to obviously solve their pain point and make sure that, it's solving a real problem for the student, without even telling them, they'll bring on 10 more of their friends. So that is, I think, a very, sort of good thing about student. And in fact, if you look at a lot of large, companies like, the new age companies like Facebook, they started from universities because that's where they got their very strong initial network effect without spending a lot. I think that's what we also experienced. And that's why initially we ran a lot of Facebook groups. We ran a lot of WhatsApp groups. We, did a lot of content marketing and community and all of that. So that's where, we acquired users. Now, in terms of the process, when you talk about, let's say, this entire process, if you talk about, although we don't do study abroad consulting or counseling, but even with respect to housing, it's a large, decision that you make. In terms of monetary value, in our case, it's roughly a $10,000 transaction that you do. And if you have to put that in perspective, that is essentially like buying a car. Right? For an Indian person, that's like buying a car.
$10,000 में कितना हो गया?
8 लाख रुपए.
8 लाख, okay. Next one खरीद लोगे तुम. ठीक है.
So it's like buying a car. And for that, they would, they cannot buy that कि यार अच्छा मैंने credit card swipe कर दिया Amazon पे और चलो purchase कर लेते हैं.
तो $10,000 2 साल का लगता है.
So that's for 1 year.
एक साल
This is housing cost that I'm talking about.
खाली रहने का 8 लाख लगता है.
That is the rent.
और 22-25 लाख 30 लाख लगेगा एजुकेशन.
मैं illiterate रह के खुश हूँ भाई.
Vishwa is thinking Bombay is not that expensive.
हाँ तो 10,000 लगता है.
Yes.
फिर
तो बॉम्बे में तो जाएगा 8 लाख रुपए. 8 लाख मतलब महीने का तो.
हाँ. And this is per
But
person.
this is sharing.
Yeah,
This
per
is
person.
not
This is
sharing. This is not
No, this is per person
हाँ
cost.
वही बोल रहा
This
हूँ.
is per person cost. So it's like getting a single room जहाँ पे एक bed है, एक single bed है और maybe attached toilet है और बस that's it. And kitchen वो सब maybe साथ में कहीं. It's like a hostel. So that's the cost there. Now imagine like, for an Indian student, they cannot take this decision कि जैसे Amazon पे जाके कुछ purchase करते हैं. They would want some, they want a lot of details. They want to educate themselves and only then they make a purchase. Now what we figured out over the years, starting में तो इतना product नहीं था, so we didn't have a content. So everything happened through a very manual process where, our team had to explain the student that this is right for you. This is, the different options available. Although right now we are driving a lot through product where in the product itself, for example, when I talk about the accommodation use case, for every property that we have, we now have a lot of data pointers. Considering हमारे case में, it's not a hotel room that you're booking. It's not a 3-4 day का stay. It's roughly a 1 year का stay that you're looking at. And we have students who are coming and asking कि यार वो mattress का size कितना है, cupboard में कितने rows हैं, right? Table का dimension क्या है?
Students directly take for 1 year. They don't
they
try for month or
no,
6 months.
No, it's not possible. The tenancy is not there. The accommodations are built as such कि उनको 1 साल का ही rental करना है. They don't want to get into कि यार custom वो बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है fill करना. So for a long-term rental use case, the amount of information which is required per listing is 10x of hotel booking because it's a large. You're living there for 1 year. You want to look at every small parameter which is out there. So I think over the years, we have made sure कि product side से, it is there. We want to give a similar experience of, let's say, booking.com. Although we know कि it won't be as seamless as कि booking.com में आपने click किया और आपने book कर लिया because you're booking for a long term stay. But idea is to get as closer as that. But in our case, I mean, there'll always be a set of students that would require some sort of assistance. Or support rather. I won't say sales, but like sort of a support, and that's what we actively do, and that's obviously part of the business, and that's something that is very crucial for this.
Got it. तो network effect से तुमको बहुत मदद भी मिलता है.
Yes, that's on the acquisition part, and probably I would say on the trust building part as well, because if as a brand if I'm marketing to someone, rather if a student who booked is marketing, that's essentially a referral, and वहाँ पे trust baked in है उस customer के साथ. So that's obviously the best form of marketing that can happen.
Got it. Amazing.
Friends, if you like this clip, then please go watch the entire episode and also subscribe to the channel for more such clips and episodes. Enjoy your life. Thank you very much.